He's saying some shit like that, like. But that was back in like 2011, whenever that Control verse came out. But he was saying that back then, and I was like, no shit, all these rappers got like ghostwriters.
When did the Quentin Miller thing happen?
2015, if you can believe it. It was hella days ago.
Yeah.
Bro. 2015, that shit happened.
Yeah, because that was pretty big. I think that was a nail in the coffin. The people, okay, I get it. Yeah, okay.
It surprised me that not that many people cared about that, though. Still, like, on that ghostwriter.
Still don't care. It just blew over. Care. It was 4 years ago, just like that. Boom.
But if Meek Mill was the one who got caught with a ghostwriter...
That's because Meek Mill is more expected to be lyrical, I think. Yeah. And Drake, people, they don't like him for his lyrical shit.
Yeah, they like him for his more like... his more like love songs and more about like focused on like women and
that's
shit
where
like that.
That's where I could use a ghostwriter is the pop stuff to do like hooks and
absolutely.
That's where I would really be able to use a ghostwriter, because I can do the verses great, but if somebody could game me up and write like this is how you write fucking hooks, dude, you could do this all day, boom, let's write hook after hook. Eventually I'd be able to do it myself. So it's a weird thing to say ghostwriter. I think like a lot of it is coaching, a lot of it is shaping. Back in the day you'd be like, oh, mentorship. But now it's like ghostwriter. Oh, he wrote that for me. Well, dude, I mean, like, you're trying to kill the competition. If you don't think the other team is doing the same thing, you're just fucking yourself.
And I'm not mad at any rapper who got ghostwriter for a hook. I'm not mad at that,
dude. I'm not mad for anyone who's doing. It's 2019. If you're trying to be like, I'm gonna do it all independent, you're doing it fucking wrong, because the other team is not. They're gonna kill it by having a bunch of money, cheating, cutting corners, doing everything, and making killer product. And that's so.
But for me though, if I hear a writer has a ghostwriter or a rapper has like a main ghostwriter, right? So I don't really want to hear the rapper anymore. I want to hear his ghostwriter put out a record, because I'm like, if he's that talented, I want to hear what he. I want to hear him put out a record like...
but a lot of the times the ghostwriters aren't that tight them by themselves.
But listen to someone like Sci-Hi to Prince, who's like a ghostwriter. His album, No Dope on Sundays, that dropped like a couple years ago. Dope-ass fucking album. Dope. He writes a lot for Kanye.
Yeah.
Dope. Oh, yeah. Hey, I want to get you started on this. Well, I'll start this one. This is an opinion piece from the Daily Orange, and it's talking about shorter albums change in lyricism. Shorter albums change in lyricism marks hip-hop shift. And let me blow my nose real quick. California allergies up in this bitch. But basically what the article is stating, I'm cool. I got these rough-ass napkins that are hard on your nose. But don't blow apart. You know what I hate about like those Kleenex? Like when you blow your nose, it's like rips the whole fucking napkin apart.
Wow.
Or maybe that's just me. Maybe
I think you're blowing a little too hard.
Yeah, I ripped that shit. I'm like, man, get these out of here. It's like a t-shirt or something. Disgusting ass motherfucker. No, but so basically it's an opinion piece, and it's basically talking about the shift in hip hop, how the albums are getting shorter, how the song structures change, how it's becoming more melodic. But I'm gonna read a little bit of it, and this is by the author named Dylan Harden. So, and it reads, in 2020, I predict there will be a shift in hip-hop landscape, which there already is. It's already shifted.
Great prediction, bozo.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, it's already shifted probably like a few years ago, 2013, 14, that's when it started really shifting. But in 2020, I predict there will be a shift in the hip-hop landscape. Albums will be shorter, wordplay will make a comeback, and women finally will get their fair say in the industry.
Does it say when that was dated, when he wrote this?
3 days ago.
So that's crazy, because if you guys go back, listen a couple episodes
a little bit more,
back,
about a week ago.
If you go back and listen about a month or two ago, I pretty much said that.
Yeah.
On our podcast, go listen. I said we're gonna have conscious hip hop's gonna make a comeback. You said it, actually, I think, Titus.
Yeah, I was
you
saying lyricism's gonna come back.
Yeah, and then I agreed with you, I think.
The same like bubblegum throwaway music.
But if I remember it, I'm right. I said it.
Hey, check, speaking about that, before I go on with the article too, God rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, but he's a great example of that, because he made just really good music, and he wasn't a mainstream artist. His first studio album was Victory Lap, which was dropped at the beginning of I would like to say, what was the beginning of 2018? It was the very beginning of 2018. That's when Victory Lap dropped, and that was an independent album. That shit was nominated for a fucking Grammy, bro. Independent artist. He made really good content in his music, and it lived on. And people were hurt when he died, bro. That's why he had such a huge flowing of support for him after he passed away because of the music he put out. Like, I don't want to compare shit, but imagine if an artist like Smoke Perp died. You think like hip hop would be, you know what I mean, crying and like. And I'm not saying I would want him to die or that'd be good. That would be fucked up. You know, I'd be sad.
I'm sure there would be some fans out there who'd be crying, but it wouldn't have the impact.
The effect of a Nipsey Hussle passing away due to the merit of his music they dropped.
Yeah, different style of music. Yeah,
that's why I said about like lyricism coming.
Well,
back.
I mean, let's do this, and I'm not trying to compare apples to oranges either, but let's do. And this was a significant death that really did impact people. Triple X, right? Tentacion.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a significant death. That really impacted people, but in a different way than the Nipsey death did. Well, totally different. You have a different and this is me again calling a spade a spade. The people who are quick to talk shit about Triple X Tentacion and his music are the same people to quickly jump on the boat and be like, "Rest in peace, Nipsey. He was the best."
Fake ass people.
And I don't even know if it's that dude. I don't even know if it's fake people. I just think that is. Certain people appreciate that style of music more, and those people who appreciate real lyricism coming from the heart, they don't understand the hype beast of Smoke Perp and all that shit, so they're not going to be as impacted. They're just going to see, whatever accusations or whatever, right? They're just going to look at that.
Yeah.
So, and then, you got people like Laura Ingraham, who they see it all as an African-American unemployment rate.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
They're just fucking clowns.
Anyway. That's all I'm going to say. I agree with that guy. He's completely right. He must listen to the Affordable Hustlers.
Yeah, that's where he got it from. You know what I mean? We're giving jewels out. You know what I mean? You take them if we give them. Feel me? No charge. You know what I mean? But just, you know what I mean? Know where it came from. Feel me? But yeah. And it goes back to him, and he's saying, I would be remiss to gloss over the outstanding lyrical and conscious hip hop that came out in the 2010s. That sounds weird to say the 2010s. But it came out in the 2010s between Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, their respective crews, CD and Dreamville, and others. That's another thing, too. I guess, but in the mainstream, they're like the lyrical.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to go into that shit, but yeah. You know where I was going to go with that.
Yeah.
But there's no shortage of music that makes you think, laugh, question, and critique society. There is no arguing, though, that this form of hip-hop has taken the backseat to more surface-level material in the mainstream. Of course, you have your Lil Pumps and Lil Babies when you're at the party. Well, what about when your friend is asking you about the best new artist? Let me ask you this. If your friend is in town and asks you for the best food, are you going to give them the fast food suggestions? Good point. Or a hearty meal that will remind them, or they will remember for years to come. That they will remember for years to come. Right? I always fuck up like speech and shit. I don't know why, bro, but I just read too fast. Music fans who were teenagers when Lil Pump got famous will grow older and discover true hip-hop, the type that takes us back to the golden era. That's a good point, because remember when Soulja Boy dropped in 2006?
Yeah.
I was never on that shit, but a lot of people were. And now people who grew up, they're not listening to Soulja Boy right now. They're not. Who's playing Crank That? Like, it's classic, bro. Like,
I do for like a joke.
Yeah, it's like
I'll
a
put
joke.
It on
it's
as
nostalgia.
Joke. Yeah.
It's really nostalgic, you know? It'd be like having like a... it's some nostalgia.
A song that like reminds you of the signs of the times. Like if you listen to
it'd be like having
Apple
a fucking
bottom jeans. Like that song reminds me of partying and like, you know what I mean?
It'd be like buying like a flip phone or something.
Yeah,
today's time, just for nostalgia.
It just wouldn't make sense.
Nope. It's like, But yeah, basically the article goes on about what we were saying. But the gist of the article is basically that women are going to start having more say in hip hop. That let me read that section of it because I don't want to really gloss over that either. But let me find that paragraph. And speaking of history, it's time for the women in rap to be heard. The first 40 plus years of hip hop's existence hasn't allowed many women rappers to in the mainstream. When Nicki Minaj came out around 10 years ago, the culture pinned her against Lil' Kim and everyone turned their backs on later. When Cardi B rose to fame, the community pinned her against Nicki. That's true. Like when a new woman artist comes out, they put them against the old woman artist.
Yeah.
They do that a lot. I noticed that. And they did the same thing. Like,
Is she the new queen? Like there could only be one for some reason.
Yeah, and not Nicki Minaj, Cardi B is not even on the same level as Nicki Minaj, musically or anything. Not even close. So I feel like that's kind of shady. They pushed her in there to replace her. Just because they look kind of like similar in looks, you know.
Yeah.
But Cardi B is more of a way more ratchet. I don't like her music. She's not
Yeah,
good.
she's
I don't like
whack.
her music.
Bitches,
She don't make music
I saw
like
a meme
Nicki.
that said, bitches who defend Cardi B write with a crayon using their whole fist.
They eat soup with a fucking fork.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking ass
Like, man.
bitches. That's hella true, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't really.
Not to talk shit, but
Not to talk
right?
shit about
Yeah,
talk shit.
yeah,
How could you?
yeah.
I don't think you could compare Cardi B to Nicki Minaj. It'd be like comparing like
an apple and an orange, a fucking vegetable to a pizza.
yeah, exactly like a bowl of fucking Fruit Loops to like a bowl of fucking fresh fruit.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's the way
you
I'll put
can't-
it.
Yeah.
And not to be a hater.
Like take some McDonald's or take fucking a steak, a New York steak, T-bone.
And back on the article, I hope this is the last of the queen rap battles because there's room for dozens of extremely talented women rappers at the top, like Tierra Whack, dope as fuck. Like
Yeah,
you're showing me.
she's
Hella
dope.
And another one is
No Name.
Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Rhapsody's hella dope.
Yeah.
I actually listened to Rhapsody's whole album like
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. It came out super dope.
That's
super
why like
talented chick.
the freshman double XL that's going on right now, the pitchfork, they're like picking all the people.
Yeah.
It bums me out because there's a lot of cool artists who get picked as nominated, but then they have no chance of making it.
Yeah, no
But
shit.
but fucking Bad Baby's gonna make it.
Yeah, because your popularity. And that's the only reason.
Yeah,
It's
it's
popularity.
it's a popularity contest. So you just gotta look. You gotta look really hard. Try to dig up. Like, oh, okay, here's the good
But
shit.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because whatever the dope shit's gonna outlast anything. So for the moment, shit like Bad Barbie, whatever her fucking name is,
Yeah.
shit like that, bro. It's just novelty shit for right now.
The
you
only
know?
thing that makes me pissed off is that the dope shit, it doesn't outlast to the sense of you got people like Bad Baby who are able to just do it, and then you got a dope rapper who goes, nope, I can't rap anymore. I gotta fucking, fend for my family. And then we're losing so much music because the industry is picking this dumbass, and then this genuine fucking awesome person who I'd love to hear more music from doesn't get to do anything because they have to go
I feel
work
what
a
you're
real
saying.
job.
Because they get discouraged being like, well, this is all they're picking is this fake shit.
Yeah.
Either I have to stoop down to that level,
Yeah,
or I
they're
have
like,
too much
no, I
integrity.
want to
I'm like,
exactly.
yeah,
They're
fuck
no,
that.
I want to
do
go
that.
make real money and provide for my family and leave something here on this earth for somebody. So I'm gonna go get a real job, and I'm not gonna, aim for that goal. And so we miss out on a lot. I feel
do.
like we
It's a shame.
end up missing out.
And like that's true. Back to the women rappers, like I do notice that they do put the women rappers against each other. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like
and
they
to
should,
that same point, go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say shit. I was just saying, that's fucked up. Like all these women in hip hop can coexist. Because we
Yeah.
can listen to. There's conscious women rappers. There's turn up women rappers. There's fucking ratchet women rappers.
Right,
They all
because
have women exist.
imagine if we didn't have that mentality. To the same vein, we're losing a lot. People. There's probably a lot of women who go, "Fuck, I'm not gonna fucking rap because I'll just get shit on. I'll just fucking a lot of perverts, a lot of all that shit."
I'm gonna have to exploit my sexuality instead of my
Exactly.
skill,
Yeah.
to get
exactly. So fuck. Why the fuck would I do that? I'm gonna go get a real job, etc. So we're missing out on a lot by acting a certain way.
That's why I credited like someone like a Tierra Whack or like what was the other artist like Rhapsody because
Yeah.
they don't market their sexuality, they market their actual skill set.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really appreciate that, especially
Yeah,
from
that's
women
hard,
artists.
man. That's a hard thing to do.
Because our society, they get forced to like
Yeah, even men, even the dudes, they're like, I have to go get face tats, I have to look a certain way, I have to do these
I have
certain
to talk
things.
hella hard and pretend
Yeah.
like I'm hella hard gangster.
Yeah, and it becomes one of the most violent. Like hip hop has one of the highest murder rates between men ages fucking like 15 and 35. Like we're fucking killing each other like crazy because it's like the sick, cool thing to do. You want to look sick? I don't know. It's weird.
And they actually mentioned Tierra Whack too. One of the first names they mentioned here too.
Hey, there you
The
go.
rest of the album. But yeah, basically that's what the article's talking about, like the shift. Like, and another thing was talking about too is albums are getting a lot shorter. Like albums, like they're about a minute long, minute and a
Yeah.
half. Like a song is very short. An album might only be 25 minutes now,
Yeah,
which is crazy. It's very short to the point,
Yeah.
and it's something that it forces you to play it over and over because you might hear a song and be like, that song's super dope,
Yeah.
but it's too short. I
Yeah.
gotta listen to that again. I gotta listen to that hook again. Like
Yeah.
Michael brought up that point where we're outside.
okay, so this is what the point I was making was it's a song by DaBaby. It's called Carpet Burn. It's on his newest album, and it's a dope song. The first time I heard it, I was listening to the album and I was doing some research. So I walked away. I went to go take a piss or something. I come back and I jump into the middle of the song where the dude's spitting bars, right? And he switches up his cadence a few times, and then bam, he hits with that hook. And then I heard the hook. after I heard the verses. And that switch, I was like, God damn, that was fucking heat. So then I'm going